Zaid Garcia is a name of a boy you might have heard of, or at least you might have seen his face before. He's a victim of a burn. His face terrifies me. I'm not making a documentary about how someone's face terrifies me. It's no laughing matter. It's very unfortunate what happened to him. This video isn't necessarily primarily focused on him either. This video is rather focused on, well, objective truth, as I mentioned in the last video. I will come back to Zaid in a moment if I have to. But I would rather focus on a medical condition as a topic that I've been very invested in, called cleft lip. It is a condition that you're born with. There is an Instagram user with the name of Ellie Belly. She, from what I assume, had cleft lip. I'm no doctor. Keep in mind, I'm no doctor. I know someone's gonna be like, oh, why are you talking about these matters when you're not a doctor? Well, because I'm not talking about the medical procedures, what it is, how it works, how it is. That's not what I'm here to talk about. What I can and will do is the philosophical matter. This person, who I presume had a cleft lip surgery, or cleft lip as a baby, is bullied, to say the least, on Instagram. She has a lot of videos posted, and in every single one of them, almost word for word, there's a comment saying, "Holy chopped," or a gif of someone going like this. And this Instagram user, Ellie Belly, will be in the center of my topic, my discussion in this video. So I've done some research within her videos, to learn quite a bit of her history. Here's a comment by someone else on her video that says, "Your surgeon did you dirty." She replied to that comment saying, "He actually did a good job." So we can safely assume that she is also mentioning the surgeon who actually performed on her condition that makes her look in that way. Well, it's been a while since I saved these footages. I should have made this video earlier. And then here's another video by herself. So cleft lip is caused, I think, if I believe correctly, I think it was alcohol or cigarette. Taking those kind of substances while you're pregnant causes cleft lips, usually. Well, she thought having divorced parent was important enough for her to include in a post, a complaintment to the world. So she has divorced parents, 5 moves. Yeah, moving 5 times apparently is one of her complaints in life. Road trips, surgeries. Okay, so she did include road trips, so I guess this isn't that much of a complaint to the world. Hospital stays, happy and sad days, a pandemic. Why is she mixing this up? Keep it straight. Is it sad or happy? Keep it like sad so I can use it as a reference. Like I said, she gets a lot of hate, a lot of bullying. I don't like that. I don't like seeing someone getting bullied for the way they look. And I think, in my humble opinion, one of the ways to fix that is to get a surgery. And I know you can argue, well, anyone who looks arguably ugly can get a cosmetic surgery to look better. While that is also true, I think there's a little bit of excuse, if you will, in her situation, because she has a medical condition that actually made her look like that. And if you search up cleft lip surgery, why? Exactly that. Key reasons for getting surgery, initial surgery for cleft lips include, well, function, because cleft lip literally leaves your lips open as a baby, so you're gonna have complications with that. Restoration of function, improvement of appearance, prevention of complications, dental problems, hearing loss. Hearing loss? The surgery to fix cleft lip is literally to prevent this bullying from happening. And you may have a question of, she did initially have the surgery as a baby, you said. That's only the surgery to actually close the lips. But there are cleft lip surgeries after the initial surgery as an adult to make it, here's the footage. There are adults who get additional cleft lip surgery to reconstruct their nose and lip area to make themselves look more symmetrical. I don't know if I should show these comments. It's not because I said something mean, no. I did try to mean a little harsh, because whatever I say, it will sound harsh, because nobody wants me to say, get her surgery, get her surgery. Nobody wants me to sound like that. I know. That's why I purposefully did kind of try to sound harsh. I did kind of get hostile towards someone else replying to my comment. They were hostile, so I was hostile towards them. And this is the one. Apparently you can get cosmetic surgery as an adult after you got your initial cleft lip surgery. I'm genuinely curious why you don't get a surgery and go through this. And by this I mean the bullying, harassment. Unless you enjoy it, I guess. That's the part of me trying to sound harsh. Either you want attention by looking like this, which is working, or you're pleased by the mean comments. I don't know. When I commented this, I thought it made sense. And someone commented saying, maybe she's just confident in herself and has no reason to change it because that's how she was born and she's not insecure. This right here is what I wanted to talk about. She's confident. Cool. That's cool. You're confident. I love that you're confident. She has no reason to change it because that's how she was born. That's wrong. That is wrong. As we safely established, as we safely assumed that she did get a surgery, initial surgery, as a baby. If she was the same as the way she was born, she would have her lips still open. That's how she was born. She's not insecure. That's how she was born. That's not the way she was born. And you know who backs me? You know who backs my opinion? Doctors. The doctor who performed the initial cleft lip surgery on her when she was 3 to 6 months old thought the same thing as me. And I did reply to that comment saying, that's not how she was born. She got a surgery to look more like a human as a baby. I said some wild stuff. That comment right there, I didn't mean it towards her. I meant it towards this person because that person is wrong. Then this person is like, why do you care so much about what she looks like? Worry about yourself. Lol, you're ignoring my point, and I care because she posts on Instagram. Free for her, free for me. That's another point that I wanted to make. If you feel a certain way for what I'm saying, bye. Like, free for her, free for me. And then this another person says, well then guess what? She still loves herself and you can never change that. Sure can't. You know who can? Those ugly comments. Remember this person, Strix Lights or whatever? This person doesn't have that great of a grammar. Maybe the reason you said that is because you don't have the confidence as she does. Life is not about appearance. Maybe you're right. Maybe I don't have the same confidence as her. But the second part, life is not about appearance. You know who agrees with me? Again, the doctor. You know who else agrees with me? Those people who leave the ugly comments on her posts. They agree with me. They all collectively agreed that she's ugly and decided to leave ugly comments on her post. And why am I the one being flamed? Why don't you? Then I said, indeed, I would not have the confidence if I looked like her. If I looked like that and I was getting the comments that she was getting, I would feel very insecure. And then this person says, what's wrong with her? She's not a criminal, not a monster, not a person who would hurt you. Even though he's getting attacked with hate, there will be always people out there ready to stand with her because she didn't do anything wrong. She's just doing her life. And then I said, I oppose those who leave mean comments. I am not calling her ugly. I am suggesting an answer to make her life objectively better. Isn't this like the moment where you get the title of a song or a title of a movie within a song or a movie? I am suggesting an answer to make her life objectively better. And I will continue to do so as long as she posts videos and gets ugly comments. Firstly, no one said that you're saying her ugly. She never were. What? Huh? Anyways. Second, why are you trying as if want to... Oh my god, this is giving me a headache. Why can't she just live her own life? Is it that hard for you to see her confident about herself? The way this person perceived my comments is as if I'm putting pressure on her to change the way she looks. That may be true or not. We'll see. I responded, in a way, with the heart of a parent. It's hard to see the mean comments she gets. She probably didn't even have someone to go to prom with. And this is just purely speculation, sure, but... And this person says, she's attractive for the right person. For me, for example. Why? She doesn't hate to others. She's patient and kind. Those attractive people, in your opinion, doesn't mean attractive to others. And then I said, yeah, I forgot to clarify. And I quote, physically attractive to majority of people, quote. It matters because people will find her attractive just walking down the sidewalk, which will indefinitely improve her self-esteem, versus being unattracted or getting a white lie compliments by some nobody on Instagram like you. My patience was a little dropping by this point because of this person's grammar. And this person says, false. Attractiveness is not everything, so stop acting like it. There's a lot of attractive faces people ended up... Wait, what? There's a lot of attractive faces people ended up being someone's lust. Okay? Those OnlyFans girls, for example. What is the point of being attractive but you have an ugly heart? You can't deny that. And I said, I never said looks are everything, but she is bullied for the way she looks. And I agree she has a beautiful heart. That's why I think it's unfair that she gets bullied for the way she looks. That's why I'm suggesting she fix the one thing she gets bullied for. Okay. But if she did get a surgery, you'd still support her, right? Again, if she got a surgery which is not to be ashamed of, it will make her life objectively better, and knowing that, I am only suggesting that. By objectively better, I mean she wouldn't have to face challenges against mental health as much because she would look closer to beauty standards or more normal. Therefore, would get less comments like holy chopped or leave some air for the rest of us or gif of a pig on every single one of her posts. And the person says, no, you can't assure that 100%. There's a lot of attractive people out there getting hated, and when they get surgery, they got hated more. That's why I'm suggesting an answer. Whether before or after she gets a surgery, how she copes with it is up to her. I don't think she's unattractive and that her getting surgery would just be to look better like celebrities do. I think a small portion of her face is not normal. She's not fat or has a bad facial harmony. Her nose is simply morphed from the initial cleft lip surgery. So fixing the small morph on her face would make her look more normal. And that is how I see it. And then here comes, I'll call her Bianca. Bianca says, generally you don't say you'd look better with a plastic surgery to anybody out loud. Like, do you think she hasn't been told this already? Just insane. I understand that, but saying you'll look better with a surgery to someone's face would usually be said as an insult to point that they're ugly. I don't believe she's ugly. That's the word, congenitally. I don't believe she's ugly. She has a congenitally morphed face, which I think should be fixed so she gets bullied less. I do wonder if she has been told that already and how she interpreted it. I understand getting a surgery isn't easy. It may feel like you're denying yourself, but it breaks my heart to see how she's treated because of a simple issue that can be fixed. I strongly believe her life will be changed from a simple yet major cosmetic surgery. Yeah, this is the person who was being hostile with me, and so I was hostile. I was very hostile with this person. That was a loaded comment, wasn't it? After that, we did kind of go back and forth, me and Bianca. It was majorly just insulting each other. I won't show you everything because, man, it's kind of pointless. But here's a fragment of it. And she was like, trolling makes you feel better about that, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm just matching your energy. You started this, tween. No one suggested you surgery, huh? Because it's beyond fixable. Bianca said, late stage cyberpsychosis. So that was a demonstration of people usually don't like when someone suggests surgery, I guess. As Bianca says, you know, oh, nobody says it in real life. And I said, it's Instagram comment section. What do you expect? Be thankful that I'm not calling her slurs. It's Instagram. Anyways, truly, anyways. Here's a study done by Japanese scientists. Japanese scientists have made a significant breakthrough in treating Down syndrome by successfully removing the extra chromosome, gene editing, whatever. This research offers hope for future treatments of Down syndrome and other conditions caused by extra chromosomes. I'm not the one. I'm not a scientist who thought Down syndromes are something to be fixed of. Here's another person. Here's a story of a girl looking for a boyfriend. My self-summary. I'm ugly and I hate myself. I don't have much confidence, but I just want love. My only standard, be male. If you don't mind having a simple girlfriend, I promise to treat you with all my heart. This person is objectively ugly. My source? Her. And here's an Instagram comment that says the same thing. She's cute actually. Just fix the teeth and it's perfect. And obviously there's a loser who says, oh no, she's perfect. She's beautiful just the way she is. And then here comes the argument that triumphs over any argument that has ever been said, that will ever be said. I'm a dentist. Let me get paid. I just don't know why it's so wrong for someone like me to say, it's okay to get surgery. It truly is. Objective truth. I just wanted to tell you that objective truths can be very subjective. It's just a matter of whose objective truth matters more, I guess. Going back to Zaid Garcia, I can't imagine the things that Zaid would do to look anything more like a normal person. And then here comes Bianca calling me out for suggesting someone with a cleft lip consideration. I'd like you to think about it. Well, I think the next video is going to be about my long-awaited South Korea trip. The footages that I took in Korea in April. That, or since Christmas is coming up, I might sing.